Welcome back. Now, in this lesson, factors and multiples, we're going to be looking at the relationship between these two and also defining what a multiple is. Now, one way to look at a multiple, it's a product of two factors would be a multiple of each of those factors. Now, let's look at an example here. So if we had the term 6, and we think the product of two factors is a multiple of each. So if we do 6 times 1 would be 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. And 6 times 4 is 24. We'll just look at the first four. Now 6, since it's the product, is a multiple of the two factors 6 and 1. 12, since it's the product, is the multiple of two factors of 6 and 2. 18 would be a multiple of both 6 and 3. And 24 would be a multiple of both 6 and 4. So let's take a look at another definition. We might consider a multiple to be a counting number of a given term. Now let's look at an example here. If I had the term 3, and I were to think, well, what are my counting numbers for the term 3? Well, that just means count by threes. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. You could go on and on and on. Now, how does that relate back to this first definition where we were talking about factors? Well, to get a 3, you do 3 times 1. To get the multiple 6 would be 3 times 2. To get the multiple of 9 would be 3 times 3, and so on and so forth. So you can see that factors relate to multiples because a product of two factors would be a multiple of each. Alright, let's switch gears here and let's look at common multiples. Now, a common multiple is similar to a common factor. It would just be a multiple that two or more terms share. Let's look at an example here of what some common multiples might be. So let's take a look at the terms 4 and 6. Now, we're not going to list all the multiples. That would be impossible. They would go on forever. So let's just list the first 8. So think 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. So on and so forth until you get to the first 8. First 8 multiples of 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48. Now, a common multiple is a multiple that two or more terms share. So let's see, what's the first one they share? They don't share 4, they don't share, they share 12. No. Oh, they share 24. No. Alright, so it looks like in the first 8 multiples of each, they share 2 common multiples. So we would write the common multiples are 12 and 24. Alright, so hopefully this video helps you understand what a multiple is, how factors and multiples relate to each other, and also how to find a common multiple.